All right, guys, welcome in. Jerry Henry Senior, nichepreneurs.com. Welcome to the channel today. It's obviously an amazing day. Glad you guys had a few seconds to stop by and tune into us. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. We cover things like entrepreneurship, affiliate marketing, photography, videography, financial literacy, just a number of different myriad of topics that we share here on the channel to help you move on in life, better in life, whatever it is you do. If you're a YouTuber, great. That's awesome. Maybe I got some things we can share with you and help you today. One thing I wanted to discuss and share today is coming from, I guess, a few months of experience. I'm relatively new to the Blackmagic design products, and I started out with the ATEM Mini Pro, and I'll give you a little backstory here in a second as to how I got there. I obviously been involved in creating tutorials and videos and trainings and things of that nature as far as the affiliate marketing side, as far as the entrepreneur side and what have you. And obviously I've always used some type of gear, whether it was a camera, video, computer, things of that nature. So what I did here just not too long ago is when this pandemic hit in 2020. So a lot of people jumping online, buying gear, this, that, and the other. And a lot of people wanted to do a little streaming, go live, working from home because you were locked down, right? So that included some of us, and it got caught up in the lockdown because especially in my area, there's a lot of things that were going on. So they kind of like shut the streets down and everybody's kind of like stuck in their own little casas. So I started digging around, so looking for things as far as what I could use to go online. And one thing that was really in high demand was this little dongle called a Camlink capture card. So needless to say, I started doing a little digging around and finally found something on eBay. But at the time, it was really astronomical in price. I think it was a little price gouging stuff going on. But either way, I knew I needed something to be able to do that. So I jumped on, I got the little dongle, got it in, hooked it up to my camera. And long story short, I got my camera to working inside my computer, inside of the streaming software that I was using. So as I move forward, I realized, and I'll get to the ATEM Mini Pro and we'll get to the streaming bridge here in a second. As I move forward, I realized that I needed more than one camera angle to create a little bit more value as far as the content is concerned. So I was considering trying to get another Camlink. Needless to say, again, the price was still astronomical and it was a little high. And I sort of kind of didn't want to go down that route because I knew that it was going to not only be a little bit expensive, but it's going to be more resources on my computer as far as trying to make it work to where my computer wouldn't get overworked. So I was fumbling around on YouTube, and for whatever reason, I came across this thing called the ATEM Mini. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it had done or what it did until I started digging a little deeper. So I found out what it was capable of doing. And basically, in my world, it was 4 Camlinks in one, to put it plainly. It was 4 Camlink dongles in one. So I was like, that kind of makes sense. Instead of buying, more capture cards, why don't I just get this ATEM Mini Pro and call it a day? So long story short, that's what I did. I didn't get rid of my Camlink capture card, but I got the ATEM Mini Pro. Now at the taping of this video, there are 3 models. There's the base model, there's a Pro model, and there's the ISO model. I'm in the middle with the Pro model. Now, if Blackmagic Design is listening, obviously the ATEM Mini Pro is a great product, but there is a huge con. There is something wrong with it. And it is simply this. If you design a product that is supposed to allow you to have multi-view, in my case, I have a big screen right in front of me and I see all of my camera inputs. I've got my preview, I've got my program, and I've got all the 4 camera inputs, as well as the images, whether or not I'm on the air, recording, and the levels of the camera and the microphone. See all that in front of me. That's wonderful. There's another output, USB-C, that goes out and supposed to go to a recorder, right? USB, SSD, recorder, whatever it is, so you can have some type of backup. If you're doing a live stream and you want to record your live stream at whatever event you're in, you need some type of way to record. Okay, great. But here's the problem. If I got the switcher in to be able to replace my cam links, the switcher has a USB-C out that goes into the computer that allows you to use your computer or your camera as a webcam. But if I use a USB-C out for that, then that takes away the recording. You get my problem? That's where the downfall is at. And that is why I believe, whether it was by Blackmagic design or not, that's where this little guy comes in at. The ATEM Streaming Bridge. ATEM Streaming Bridge. Just a little small converter. Basically, all you're going to do with it, at least in my case, what I'm going to use it for is I am going to hook up from my ATEM Mini Pro into this streaming bridge via the Ethernet port in this little transformer. Now, instead of me having just the output on the ATEM Mini Pro, I have multiple outputs, as you can see here, on the ATEM Streaming Bridge right across here. There are 2 SDI outputs and there is 1 HDMI output on the streaming bridge. So what am I going to do? In my case, I take it out of the Pro, hook it into the streaming bridge, take it out of the streaming bridge. I now have 3 ways to get that program out feed out. Whether it's to a monitor at an event, whether it's to, in my case, my HyperDeck. So I have an SDI input going into my HyperDeck so I can record there as well. Okay. I have redundancy built in where I have 2 ways to record: my SSD or USB drive or my HyperDeck. So I'm taking a signal to the HyperDeck, a signal potentially to the program out feed to the monitor at the event. And this is the kicker. This is how I'm able to get my feed into my signal into my computer to be able to use this as a webcam as well. I'm taking the HDMI out from the streaming bridge into my cam link and now into my computer. And when I pull up, if I'm in vMix or if I'm in OBS, I can pull up what webcam I want to use and it should say cam link, and boom, I can plug in my camera that way and use it in whatever software I want to. If I want to use it in Zoom, I can use it in Zoom. If I want to use it in OBS, vMix, it doesn't matter. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is it worth the money to add this streaming bridge to your setup? I would say yes. And the reason I say that, yeah, it's a little steep, a little expensive for a converter, but from what I've seen, any type of video equipment is, especially high quality video equipment, like this little Stream Deck guy over here. I mean, this HyperDeck, it's something you have to think about. How much of an investment would it be into your business to help you do your job better? Would it help you create your content? Will it help you shave time off of your post-production if you have this type of equipment? Okay. The one thing I probably need to do, and you definitely need to subscribe to the channel to keep up with when it comes out. I need to make sure that there is a diagram put together, okay, to show you how I have all of my little system right here on my desk set up. Okay. From the Rodecaster Pro, running to the ATEM Mini Pro, running from the ATEM Mini Pro to the streaming bridge, from the streaming bridge to the HyperDeck, okay, and also from the streaming bridge back into the computer via cam link, and now being able to utilize all of my angles through the webcam output in the computer. Okay, it's worth it to me. Okay, that's something you have to ask yourself the question if you're ready for this. Okay, again, I think that's one of the downfalls of the ATEM Mini Pro, that it doesn't have many outputs, and this corrects the problem. This fixes the problem. This serves the purpose of just being a bridge from the Pro to wherever you want to go in the world. Okay, and when I speak of in the world, there's also a way for you to select this streaming bridge to send across the internet. So someone who has the same file or I should say, who has an ATEM Mini Pro, who you send them the file, and you can secure it with a streaming key or whatever the case is, send it to them and they'll have access back into your streaming bridge. They can find it online, find it on the internet. But I don't use it. I just use it locally, but it does have the potential to be able to connect with somebody. If you're in a position where you're a correspondent for a television station and you need some access or some way to have virtually a 1 second latency as far as your audio and video is concerned, back to the headquarters, they may want to invest in an ATEM Mini Pro and allow you to be able to receive the file so they can talk to you back and forth over like that. That's something that is available. That's not what I use it for, but it is there and it is available. So you have to stop and ask yourself, contemplate whether or not this streaming bridge is something you definitely want to add to your kit. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the description so you can go and check it out and see if you can bring it in for a trial, test it out and see how it works with your ATEM Mini Pro. I will say this does not work with the base model ATEM Mini. Okay. It only works with the ATEM Mini Pro and the ATEM ISO. It has it on the box specifically. Supports ATEM Mini Pro. Now they may change this later on, but as of this video, it only supports the ATEM Mini Pro and the ATEM Mini Pro ISO. So keep that in mind, keep that in consideration. All right, just want to make sure you guys are up and up. I will again put together that diagram to show you how all of this stuff is connected in my world, but do yourself a favor, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment the video, share the video. And if you have any comments, anything in particular that maybe I didn't cover, which I probably didn't do a really, really good job of digging into the specifics of it, because I think it deserves at least a little walkthrough on how you connect all this stuff up, even when it comes to hooking it up to your HyperDeck, if you have that. I'm not sure, but I will be digging into the HyperDeck at some point to show you how I got it all connected up. We'll walk through the screen, we'll walk through the software and show you how we got that going here as well. Because there's some little nuances of that thing that kind of threw me off, but I kind of figured it out. But I can share that with you at a later date. But don't forget to subscribe. But leave a comment below. If you got questions, got some concerns, got ways you can show me that you're using it that maybe can benefit me or help me, I would definitely appreciate it. All right. So the next time, this is Jerry Handy Sr., nichepreneurs.com. God bless. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.